Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5.
From Richland to Yakima, Kennewick, and in between, a wave of student protests spread across South Central Washington as hundreds walk out for a national shutdown.
And what apparently started as a gesture toward student protesters ends with sirens and a trip to the hospital. What witnesses say they saw.
Plus, only on Apple Valley News Now, a sheriff shares how he successfully helped block a sex offender re-entry home in his community, the blueprint that worked in Thurston County.
And cloudy skies and lots of fog. What does the weekend hold? I'll have all the answers as the news at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
And we start with breaking news.
Yes, we are just hearing a 14-year-old Kennewick High School student who was arrested and charged with attempted murder in a threat against Kamiakin High School has been found guilty.
Mason Ashby was also found guilty of 11 counts of unlawful gun possession and threats to bomb or injure property. The guilty verdict came after just 4 days of a bench trial in juvenile court.
This is the case we covered for you back in September. 2 students from Florida apparently saw the threats on TikTok and notified the Kennewick Police Department, which set off an investigation, and an arrest was made. Sentencing for Ashby will be set at a later date.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman.
Now to continuing coverage. Thousands of Central Washington students walking out of class today to protest ICE from Yakima to Richland, Grandview to Kennewick. Students say it was to oppose the actions of Immigrations and Custom Enforcement and to show support for their communities, friends, and even family members. Organizers say they were inspired by national protests and walkouts at multiple Pasco high schools last week. The demonstrations drew 400 students from Eisenhower High School in Yakima, 200 from Kamiakin High in Kennewick, and many more across our area.
Because school isn't teaching us about the real world problems that's going on right now. They're focused on stuff from centuries ago. Right now, this is how we're making history, and this is how we can come out, show our support and our love for our country and all ethnicities.
Even if we're not getting anywhere with it, we're still showing this is a peaceful protest and everybody belongs.
An Apple Valley News Now crew observed the protests staying peaceful, although law enforcement did get called to at least one of the demonstrations. On the other side, supporters of ICE say they believe the agency is keeping the community safe by arresting criminals.
One person has been taken to the hospital following a crash during one of the student walkouts off of Clearwater Avenue and Fillmore Street in Kennewick. Multiple eyewitnesses say they saw a driver gesturing toward student protesters from Kamiakin High School before they say he crashed head-on into another vehicle. The driver confirmed that he gestured to student protesters before the crash, but he says the students were causing chaos on the road. Kennewick Fire says the crash is under investigation.
All right, the weekend is right around the corner. Let's talk First Alert weather now.
I know it. I wonder if it's going to be a great weekend for the weather. Maybe so. It's been pretty warm out there.
It has. Stacey Lee joining us now. Not the best day today, though.
It all depends on how you look at it. If you like gloomy, gray, and fog, hey, this is your weekend. All right. We do have a weather pattern moving across. Mainly the moisture today stayed in the mountains, but we did see a lot of fog, and you felt a few sprinkles around the area. This is a live look on our Bimart Skycam looking down into the Yakima Valley. Not really. Visibility down to less than 2 miles there in Yakima. So again, the feels like temp 37, chilly there, winds light at 6 miles per hour. We are so close to having sunset at 5 p.m. Temperatures on the warm side, though, we're in the 40s, so much warmer, just patchy fog and dense fog, and even some fog advisories possible, where we could see reductions of visibility of a quarter mile or less through the region after 10 and even earlier in some locations. Here's your planner. We're staying in the 40s through 6, 30s and 40s by 8. Most of us will be down in the 30s by 10 o'clock tonight. So look for that patchy, dense fog, mostly dry weekend, warmer daytime highs and nighttime temperatures. And guess what's coming on Monday? Yes, our favorite rodent weather forecaster, Groundhog Day on Monday. Will he see his shadow or not? We'll have to find out about that. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up. Austin, Wendy.
Stacey, thanks so much. In West Richland, 2 people are confirmed dead following a house fire. Firefighters with Benton County Fire District 4 were called to Harrington Road at 6:30 a.m., but access issues delayed their response. Trees and shrubs obstructed the view, complicating efforts to reach the fire. West Richland police were called in to assist in this response as the fire severely damaged the home. The cause is still under investigation.
Other news tonight, as Kennewick neighbors fight against a registered level 3 and higher sex offender re-entry home, a sheriff on the west side of the state says he has already helped stop one from opening in his community. In an Apple Valley News Now exclusive interview, the Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders says when a less restrictive alternative, or LRA, home was proposed in Tenino, his office moved fast. He met with state officials, attended community meetings, and pushed back on the location. Sanders says that early involvement, along with public pressure, helped keep the home from moving forward.
It's kind of one of those like public safety experiments, right? Like, let's take 3 sexually violent predators. We'll stick them in a house. We'll see if they get along with each other. We'll see if they follow the rules. And then if they don't, we're not going to monitor them. We're just going to call 911 and see if we can, corral them back up.
Now, as a similar facility is planned in Kennewick, he says communities should get involved early and work closely with local law enforcement, which is exactly what we are seeing here. Be sure to stay with us. See more of my exclusive interview with the sheriff coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
In Sunnyside, the city manager position is once again uncertain after interim city manager Jim Bridges submitted his resignation. The city council held a special meeting to determine next steps. Several motions were considered. Councilmember Julia Hart proposed forming a committee, including the mayor, deputy mayor, and 1 council member, to explore interim options and begin a search for a new city manager using the agency Basinger. But the motion failed. Councilmember Tom Dolan then moved to appoint the Sunnyside police chief as interim city manager for up to 3 weeks. That motion also failed. Councilmember Ramon Chavez later proposed bringing back former city manager Mike Gonzalez, which also failed. The council then moved on to consider a 4th motion by Councilmember Hart.
Appoint Chief Lehman for 3 weeks as interim director as we go forward, creating a committee to seek a long-term interim director, city manager. Also to hire Coleman, the Coleman Basinger, I'm not saying her name right, as the headhunters to help us as we move forward, seeking a long-term city manager.
The motion also included appointing a committee, including the mayor, deputy mayor, and council member George Galvin, to develop a set of criteria. That motion did pass. Richland City leaders are taking the first steps toward a major public safety project. At this week's City Council meeting, officials laid out a plan to build a new police station, replacing a facility they say can no longer meet the department's needs. The proposed project has a few options being looked at, from buying a building to designing and constructing a new facility on city-owned land. Funding would come from voter-approved debt. A ballot measure could go before voters sometime this year after existing library debt is paid off.
Today, the Department of Justice says it is releasing millions of files on the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after Congress passed a law requiring them to do so last year.
ABC's Olivia Rubin has the very latest on the release.
Today, the Department of Justice says it's releasing 3 million more files on Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says it includes 2,000 videos and more than 150,000 images.
The 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are not all videos and images taken by Mr. Epstein or someone around him. They include large quantities of commercial pornography and images that were seized from Epstein's devices.
Among the new records, a chart showing Epstein's connections to various employees and associates, many redacted.
To protect victims, we redacted every woman depicted in any image or video, with the exception of Ms. Maxwell. We did not redact images of any men, unless it was impossible to redact the woman without also redacting the man.
Maxwell referring to Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted co-conspirator. DOJ previously faced criticism over its redaction of the files, but Blanche, formerly Trump's personal attorney, saying the White House was not involved in any decisions on redactions or what would and not be released, adding no effort was made to protect the president.
We complied with the act, and there is no we did not protect President Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody.
Images of Trump were contained in previously released files released without any context. His longtime friendship with Epstein was well known, but the president has denied any knowledge of crimes.
Everybody knew this man. He was all over Palm Beach. He has photos with everybody. I mean, almost there are hundreds and hundreds of people that have photos with him, so that's no big deal. I know nothing about it.
Now, lawmakers already questioning what documents were withheld after Blanche said approximately 3.5 million files have been released out of 6 million total.
That was ABC's Olivia Rubin reporting. Now, Representative Ro Khanna is asking why the rest of the documents are being withheld, saying he will review them closely and noting withholdings only, quote, shield the powerful individuals who were involved, end quote.
Following this newscast, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir picks up on coverage of the extreme life-threatening cold for millions, plus the terrifying crash Lindsey Vonn airlifted just before the Winter Olympics.
Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, Franklin County commissioners pull off a budget balancing act, their solution to protect your wallet.
And Stacy's coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast, getting you all ready for the weekend ahead. Stay with us.
Join your Tri-City Americans for Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th at the Toyota Center. The puck drops at 6:05 as the Americans play on pink-colored ice in support of the fight against breast cancer. Special Pink Ice jerseys and exclusive merchandise will be available. That's Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th. Don't miss a meaningful night of hockey.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine, and treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0.
Attention Hanford and PNNL workers and contractors. You may qualify for valuable benefits, including in-home care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare on Friday, February 20th for a reunion and lunch at the Courtyard Marriott at Columbia Point in Richland. Connect and learn about care with compassion and our dedication to helping elevate energy workers' health, independence, and quality of life. RSVP by calling 509-204-1295 or visit uewhealth.com.
Prosser's most colorful adventure is at Splat-It. Throw paint, get messy, and have a blast. For kids, adults, parties, and nights out, Splat-It has it all. Book now at splatitnw.com.
Saturday primetime, Mavericks, Rockets on ABC.
Welcome back, everybody. Franklin County Commissioners adopted the 2026 county budget, a plan that raises spending to meet public safety and legal demands while avoiding a property tax increase.
Yeah, the $55 million spending plan increases revenues more than 6% from last year. County administrators say the budget balances growing costs with legal requirements and public safety needs. The final budget shows a small $48,000 deficit, but commissioners scaled back department requests to avoid a $7.5 million gap.
We're getting our financial house in order. We've adopted financial policies now that call and kind of direct us what to do in the budget, so it kind of takes a lot of the guesswork out.
Major spending increases target public safety and courts. Over $1.3 million goes to emergency communications for radio and system upgrades. Jail medical costs rise by nearly $500,000, and Superior Court public defense contracts increased by more than $650,000.
Pasco City Council heard an update on a tentative labor agreement with non-uniformed police staff during a workshop meeting. The presentation on Monday night focused on a one-year collective bargaining agreement for 2026 between the city and the Pasco Police Officers Association non-informed unit. The deal covers positions like crime analysts, evidence technicians, and police support specialists with an estimated fiscal impact of $30,000. City officials say the agreement also helps streamline benefits and reduce future disputes.
Hermiston City leaders are moving forward on a housing project tied with data center growth, while the city also continues work on a separate effort to strengthen water system reliability. The City Council recently approved steps on an RV park project funded by Amazon Web Services, designed to add temporary housing for construction workers and expand RV capacity near the fairgrounds. The plan includes 2 RV park areas, one serving fairgrounds events and another reserved primarily for contractors working on Amazon data center facilities. Separately, the city of Hermiston is advancing a regional water system upgrade that will add backup generators at key facilities to keep water flowing during power outages. City officials say federal funding is helping reduce the cost burden on local ratepayers while improving long-term reliability.
The federal funding saves those residential users a significant amount of money for being able to have a more resilient system if power goes out.
Construction on the RV project is expected to move forward as planning approvals are finalized, with installation of the water system generators anticipated in 2027.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
All right, let's dive into that weekend forecast. First, a live look outside at Pasco. It is already getting foggy and gloomy outside. Traffic rolling along nicely on I-182 tonight. 41 degrees. Our visibility already down to just 3 miles. And boy, it's going to get even worse as the evening progresses. Our feels like temp is 38. Winds are light at 5 miles per hour. So let's take a look around the area at our temperatures. Much warmer. You probably felt it, even though it was gray and gloomy and maybe felt chilly. Temperatures still sitting in the 40s, way above freezing. Visibility starting to be reduced all through the region. Yakima, the worst of it right now, but lots of fog and dense fog, especially up towards Moses Lake and Connell. There's a special weather statement out for those areas right now due to the reduced visibility. Here's the system kind of breaking apart. We're in between systems until Sunday, and then we're going to see another weather pattern very similar to today roll into the region. Most of the moisture from this on Sunday will be isolated to the mountains and some of the low-lying areas may see a sprinkle, but let's get into that Sunday and break it down a little more. A little bit of mountain snow, maybe an inch or so, and a few stray showers coming through around the afternoon. Then we just kind of will be unsettled for the rest of the day, but let's get into Monday. That's when we see more snow developing and more widespread showers moving into the basin. Hermiston, Tri-Cities out to Walla Walla. Hit or miss for Ellensburg and Yakima, just depends on how this pattern moves in. Again, this is our Futurecast model telling us what it thinks is going to happen a little bit later on. What is going on is the tale of two parts of the country. Very warm, above average temperatures, and the cold and the crazy storms that have been going on in the Midwest, the South, and the East Coast. And well, I'm just happy and kind of happy sad. I wish it was a little more wintry here, but our temperatures continue to trend way above normal, a good 10 degrees above normal for Monday, and into next week we'll continue to stay above that average by 5 or more degrees. For tonight, your temperatures are going to cool down into the 30s. We stay, though, in the 40s here along the foothills of the Blues tonight, 35 in the Tri-Cities, and we're staying above freezing, even up in the mountains like White Pass, 34 degrees. So let's take a look at our 10-day forecast. We have fog coming in. Expected late tonight, early tomorrow, may linger into the afternoon. We see fog developing again on Sundays. We join February and we get ready for Monday, which is Groundhog Day, and check out the temperature. So I don't know, will he see a shadow or not? I don't know. It depends on if I guess he's on the East Coast, so it may or may not be accurate, as he is not usually accurate anyway. All right, in Yakima, we see the fog there. Chances of rain developing both Sunday and Monday, but only light chances, and it looks to be pretty dry as we get into next week. For Ellensburg, we'll see temperatures in the 40s, staying just under 50 degrees. Look for showers on Sunday, about a 30% chance there, and then those temperatures staying mostly above the freezing level at night. In Walla Walla, we see 56 degrees, pretty warm as we end January. That is January 31st. Their temperature staying there in the 50s. Hermiston also rather warm, but we could see the fog developing again. And yes, I had to look ahead. I was like, oh my gosh, Groundhog Day already? So that is Monday, Puxatawney. Phil, on the East Coast, what do you guys think? See a shadow or not?
But I don't think it's an accurate question. It's not more winter. We haven't had it yet. So it can't be 6 more weeks.
Predict when our winter will start. That would be the question.
Yeah, that would be.
So anyway.
We need to come up with new terms this year, I think.
So just kind of a gray, gloomy weekend, unsettled, but you know, nothing too major. So, and travel over your mountain passes this weekend will be fine. So.
Good to know.
There you go.
All right, Stacy, thank you. Coming up in tonight's Spotlight, a KPD officer hangs up his badge, his journey protecting Washington communities.
Oh, hey, Jack, going up?
Actually, no, Justine. My famous 2 tacos are going down to 75 cents for my 75th anniversary. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get 2 tacos for just 75 cents in app only February 3rd.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota. Toyota has 25 all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Driving the Nissan Kicks with intelligent all-wheel drive is like the best seat in the house. See why it's been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy 5 years in a row. Drive the reimagined Nissan Kicks today. Now get a low $309 per month lease or get up to $1,000 customer cash on the 2026 Nissan Kicks.
I'm a real wild one. Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild. Which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul, made for the trail, and made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for just $279 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
These other guys don't have protein like me. Up to 35 grams in my protein bowls, or try my 2 for $6 Jack Wraps. If I'm saying something that's not true, do something about it. Try my protein bowls and Jack Wraps.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Kraken Nights. Coverage begins at 7 Saturday on My Network TV.
Time now for the Spotlight at 5. The Kennewick Police Department gathered Thursday to celebrate the retirement of a man who has served Washington for 25 years. Officer Justin Peterson began his career in 2004 with the Pend Oreille County Sheriff's Office, later joined KPD in 2008. Peterson says his most rewarding role was a school resource officer. All right, have an idea for the Spotlight? Send it to us through any of our social media platforms.
All right, well, it's going to be a gloomy weekend, but we're going to give you a reason to smile when we come right back.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now, for a limited time, get our most value-packed plan ever. Families can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
Join your Tri-City Americans for Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th at the Toyota Center. The puck drops at 6:05 as the Americans play on pink-colored ice in support of the fight against breast cancer. Special Pink Ice jerseys and exclusive merchandise will be available. That's Pink Ice Night, Saturday, February 7th. Don't miss a meaningful night of hockey.
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten. Girl, this one works.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth for whiter teeth in one day. Crest.
For adults with type 2 diabetes, do you know about Mounjaro? With Mounjaro, 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people lost up to 25 pounds. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Get to know Mounjaro at Mounjaro.com. Pay as little as $25 for up to 3 months. Governmental beneficiaries excluded. Terms and conditions apply. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Mounjaro.
Prosser's most colorful adventure is at Splat It. Throw paint, get messy, and have a blast. For kids, adults, parties, and nights out, Splat It has it all. Book now at splatitnw.com.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal. He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken Nights. Coverage begins at 7 Saturday on My Network TV.
It looked like she fought, like she was talking from the grave.
Tonight,
a young girl brutally murdered.
Every single person in her life was a suspect. Oh my God.
All new 2020 tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
And welcome back. Come take a look at your screen. I was telling these guys I was analyzing, and I don't know, I see an orca whale. in this picture.
I like it.
Stu, I like that you saw the morning sunrise from high up. I see an orca, but
just blur your eyes and just see what you see.
Imagination here.
Yeah.
All right, QR code on top of your screen. That is how you get your photo on TV, thanks to Lifetime Dental Care. The headlines real quick. The fog, unfortunately, that's going to be sticking around. It's already building up tonight. We are drying out with the exception of a stray shower here and there. More rain returning Sunday into Monday. Temperatures, though, nice and mild. So if you like these warmer January into February temperatures, we've got plenty more on the way. Temps in the 50s. So if it's snow you're looking for, the mountains are looking okay. Make sure you tune in at 6:30 tonight. I'll have the ski report coming up.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us.
Hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.